I think this is terrific. It's not yet undeniable. This is a recording taken from a free live class that I give from time to time to my email subscribers. Let's get stuck in. Hello, Brendan. Could you introduce your project to the gang?
It's about a modern, musician who comes across the lyre of Orpheus, the Greek myth, Greek god, and he pretty much has to juggle, glitz and glamour of fame and fortune while also battling the evils lurking within the music industry.
Okay. Think about the visuals. Think about what you feel as a reader. Are you seeing Brendan's story? So what's our opening image here? Underworld entrance. A river, also known as Styx, flows through a chillingly dark cavern, not just with water, but the souls of the dead. On the shore lies a loading dock. Not a living creature around, fog as thick as pea soup. A woman slowly emerges out of the mist. She's dressed in all white, pale as a ghost. A closer look shows a snake bite piercing her right ankle. Water splashes as a raft creeps up to the loading dock. Standing on the vessel is Chiron, a bearded older gentleman and ferryman of the underworld. He docks and helps the woman aboard. "You got a ticket?" The woman hands him 2 coins and a small card, showcasing her pale, luminescent skin. He glances at the card. "Eurydice, what a lovely name. You'll fit in well down here." Chiron pulls out a wine bottle and glass. The bottle reads, "Lethe's finest. Have a drink, courtesy of His Majesty." The woman, now known as Eurydice, takes the glass as Chiron pours. "Soon you'll forget about all those painful things." Eurydice takes a giant swig of the drink as the boat vanishes into the underworld. Chiron returns with the raft. Now standing on the dock is a man, dressed in standard chiton cloak, sandals and a lyre in hand. "You got a ticket?" Conflicted, the man boldly boards the raft. Hey, the boat ride is 1 ticket, get off." He hands Chiron a card. It reads, "Orpheus, king of Thrace." "Well, Orpheus, no ticket, no entry. So I advise you to leave or we'll both be." Orpheus starts to play his lyre, strumming just 1 gentle chord. It echoes all around. The rocks and stones start to rumble as the boat starts to shake. He strums another. Suddenly, the raft slowly drifts away. Orpheus continues with a ballad. While a confused Chiron looks overboard, the souls of the dead have awoken. The water illuminates the faces of the once alive. Hands from the river start grabbing at the boat, pushing it faster. The boat, it's moving. The souls have heard the music. Like an amusement park ride, the vessel speeds down the Styx. Chiron grabs Orpheus's arm. "You're warm and breathing. I'm alive. How did you end up down here?" The further the boat goes, the denser the visibility, and the mist begins to swallow the boat. So, first of all, the images are great, and I think you're carrying the day, but we can optimize it. So, opening image, a river, also known as Styx. There's a great piece of confidence there. It's an aside, also known as the Styx. It's like, sit back, I'm telling you a story. Flows through a chillingly dark cavern. Okay. Not just with water, but the souls of the dead. So these souls of the dead, what do they look like? What are we seeing here, Brendan?
I guess faces, just floating throughout the water, kind of like you see in Hercules, how they're just floating within the water, but they're not necessarily physically there, kind of like shadows.
Okay, so these sound awesome. What's in your head is fantastic. If you have it flows through a chillingly dark cavern, faces float just under the surface, bodies in stasis, create that incredible image that you've got in your head for me, rather than the souls of the dead, because they're like, well, what am I looking at? On the shore lies a loading dock. I don't know what this loading dock looks like. It might be a wooden pier, stretches out, not a living creature around, fog as thick as pea soup. Great. A woman slowly emerges. If she's emerging, we don't need the adverb. You say a woman emerges out of the mist. She is dressed in all white, pale as a ghost. Have we ever heard that expression? So there might be a new voicey way that you can come up with the equivalent of pale as a ghost, which we've all heard. Oh, he's pale as a ghost. Having said that, ghost is doing some good work for us. A closer look, what does that mean? This is a camera instruction. So rather than saying a closer look, a snake bite pierces her right ankle. Here's the as disease. You're telling me that one thing's happening as something else is happening. Forget about the splashing water. In the movie, that would be great. You'll see the splash and then you'll see the image. But I think a raft creeps up to the loading dock. Don't bury that, I would suggest, Brendan. That's a great moment. Standing on the vessel is. So I'm not a huge fan of the is construction. You could say Charon stands on the vessel, a bearded older gentleman and ferryman of the underworld. I'm in. He docks and helps the woman aboard. You got a ticket. First line of dialogue is crucial. And a lot of lines of dialogue are really not that interesting. Straight away, you got a ticket. It's almost quite modern. It's got that Percy Jackson feel. Modern characters in an ancient setting, which is cool.
Yo, my friend. What up? Okay.
If you're enjoying this class, I've got a Scooby sense that you're going to absolutely love my free 50-minute masterclass. 7 mistakes stopping you getting an agent, manager, or producer. It's essentially a taster class for my paid program, the Scriptfella Program, but there are a ton of valuable, actionable techniques that you can take away today. So click on the link and get stuck in. And now we are going to plunge back in to the live dive. The woman hands him 2 coins and a small card, showcasing this is all great. I know we're in classical times and it's fantastic. You've got the details right about the bottle. Have a drink, courtesy of His Majesty. The dialogue is short. The woman, now known as Eurydice, just say Eurydice, takes the glass. Watch the as disease. There's one here. There's another one here. Right sequentially, not simultaneously. The boat vanishes into the underworld. Brilliant. Returns with the raft, now standing on the dock, is. A man now stands on the dock, dressed in standard. This is great. You got a ticket. Now, why is he conflicted?
Probably, I would say conflicted because, he didn't think he had to bring a ticket down with him. He just like, I'm king of Thrace. I can do whatever I want.
Orpheus, son of Oneros and Calliope, you are not of the dead.
Okay, so that might be a misdirect. You say the man boldly boards the raft. That gives us the action. You can probably get rid of one of those exclamation marks. The boat ride is 1 ticket. This is great exposition because it comes via conflict.
Wait, we can pay. We can pay. Just, take them all. You can buy a new whistle.
Or if he has no ticket, no entry, I advise you leave. And he starts to play. So this is just another little... It's not the end of the world, but you do have a little tick. I used to do it all the time where characters start to do something. He starts to play. They start to rumble and that starts to shake. So just Orpheus plays his lyre, strumming just one gentle chord. The rocks and stones rumble. The boat shakes, strums another. You don't need suddenly. The raft slowly drifts away. If it's drifting, that's slow anyway. Orpheus continues with a ballad is instruction manual. He's saying he continues to do something. Come up with a different way to say that. Charon looks overboard. That's a bit flat. Looking overboard is not very dramatic. If Charon's eyes widen on the surface of the water, that then leads me to the souls of the dead, and you could say awake. Make it present tense. The water illuminates the faces of the once alive. Fantastic description, Brendan. Hands from the river grab the boat, pushing it faster. The boat, it's moving. The souls have heard the music. This is iconic stuff. And there is the movie. This is like an amusement park ride. We might be in ancient times, but we're able to talk about amusement park ride.
Thanks for the ride, then.
Oh, yeah, that's great. Very funny. A real comedian there. Yeah, why not pick on Sharon? Everybody else does.
I'm alive. How did you end up down here? The further the boat goes, the denser the visibility. The mist swallows the boat. So, big picture, I think what you've got works. Did you grow up on Percy Jackson? Did you like that stuff, or did you think it sucked?
I grew up on Greek mythology, not necessarily Percy Jackson at first, but it's just always been around. So it's just one of my interests.
I used to read my Percy Jackson to all my kids. I loved the first movie. I think this is terrific. It's not yet undeniable. But if you learn to curate only the essentials and you learn to write the cinematics and you use these techniques all the way through your script, people will consider you a professional. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense, actually.
Okay, great job, mate. Love it.